Fortress Maximus is absolutely huge. If you go by the ears, it's about 23¼ inches tall. Just incredible. And if you want to measure from shoulder to shoulder, it is about 14½ inches side to side almost. This is the Fortress Maximus Titan Returns box. Absolutely huge and nice box art here. This is the back of the box here. Has the Headmaster, not I call it Titan Master, Emissary, Cerebros, Fortress Maximus, and you got Autobot City mode and Battle Station mode. Bottom of the box really has nothing, just the logo in the corner. Side of the box art here has the logo. Side over here. This is gonna be a review on Fortress Maximus, the absolutely huge transformer, biggest transformer I've ever had. Just looks incredible. Part of the Titan Returns series. Just having this guy just for a display, just a real imposing presence here. I'm going to try to do my best in this review because it's very hard to film this. So this is the robot mode, and definitely the mode that I would keep this in. And since you have 3 modes, I don't see why people would really stick with the other 2 personally, because this looks so impressive. What's really nice is, even though it's not mentioned, this back flap here, let's say you put it all the way in the back, from a front view you're not even going to see it. It looks like the arm is independent, like you don't see that in that view. And if you put the elbows up, what I like is having, when you have the elbows up, these flaps put it in the back so it looks like a separate piece. Just looks pretty cool that way. It does take 2 AAA batteries, which you have to buy separate, and you press the head down and the eyes light up and it talks. Before I transform it into the other modes, it does have this little side thing here, a side claw. It was in the instructions as part of Fortress Maximus on its how it should look, so I just kept it there, but you can remove it. It does look odd and out of place because there's nothing here and there's something here. Before I show you all the details, a couple other things. On the card art, he has a gun, but it does not come with a gun. At the instructions, there is no gun weapon, which I found a bit odd. But he has these huge cannons here that flip all the way up. This one flips up more than this. So he has like these cannon weapons, and they flip down. One thing to notice is he has a ton of stickers, which I did not expect when you open this. On the instructions here, look at all the sticker placements. It has 48 stickers to put on this figure. That's a lot of stickers, and it's going to take some time to put it all together. On this review, let's just take a look at all the details. The sculpting, as mentioned, the eyes light up. Has a really nice face design. Just look at this. Just want to try to show it. The black, the gray, the light up eyes. This clear part here. If you press this button, it helps remove the head. Do that later. The arms and the hands. The hands could have been a little better because while the tips of the hands look really nice, I like that. See the end? Looks like it fires a weapon right at the tips. The hand is not too thick on either hand, and there's no middle articulation, so each finger is articulated, and the thumb, but I guess it could have used a little more articulation. And you see how it looks kind of hollow on the inner hand here. Could have used a little more plastic to make it like a full hand. But you do get some decent poses out of it. The Autobot symbol right here. Nice standout position here. See the chest symbols here. The legs. It's mostly a red, white, and blue design. Sort of like a flag color in a way, like an American flag. Even though it's predominantly blue. Just try my best here. See the arm, the sculpting detail. The impression is, you know, it's just a towering Transformer figure here. And look at this. This is the feet design. Nice thick feet. Turn to the side view here. It's red over here. Got like a flat piece here. This is the back of Fortress Maximus. It's a pretty nice design actually for the back of the figure. These are all stickers and thrusters, I suppose. And the same here. If you put the flap in the back, if you put it in the up position, you can see the arms. A lot of stickers here. It's the other side view here. Fortress Maximus is articulated really well. Surprisingly well, actually. And let's get to it. The head. You can swivel it to the left or to the right. So that's cool. So it does got some movement. I didn't think it would have movement, but it does. The shoulders can go out and in, can go up or down. Same here. The elbows have one point of articulation. And so you actually do get, you know, depending how you pose it, you will get some good arm poses out of it. The wrists, you can spin it and you can go in or out, and the thumb can only go, you can only flip it that way, and the four fingers just have one articulation point each, but you can make a fist, the Fortress fist. Right. The upper body does have articulation right at the waist area. The hips can go up, down, in, or out. Has an articulation right here. You can spin it in or out. You can spin that around. The knees have articulation. And the feet on this huge figure have no articulation, but you really don't need it because standing wise, fixed position just works out better that way. And these flip up as mentioned. I'm going to transform this now. And for the head, you press this, helps release it. And this is the Headmaster here. And Fortress Maximus, no head. This is the second, the battle station mode. Trying my best to film it. It's running out of space to film this. This is like platforms for landing vehicles, I suppose. Really doesn't tell you in the instructions, you know, what is what in terms of the different modes. It doesn't point it out. This looks like a tower. This is the head, actually. And it does make some noises if you press down here. Yeah, when you take it apart as Cerebros, its other robot mode, he makes the same sounds. This mode looks pretty plain in terms of design work. Doesn't really look that special. Probably if you add other Autobots, it'll make it seem much better. This is the back view here. These are the cannons. The tower here looks better this way. This is the front view of the battle station mode. Doesn't look too bad, but I think the robot mode just looks much better, and so does the Cybertronian city mode. This is the other view. You know, one thing for Hasbro, these instructions are not very detailed in terms of, it looks like primitive. It's like, hey, can't they just use nice clear color photos and very clear descriptions of how to transform things? This is the city mode. It looks really huge. It takes a wide stance. In fact, from corner all the way to the other corner, it is almost 33 inches. It says if you have Autobot Blaster and Power Master Optimus Prime, you could use them as extensions to attach to this base to make an even bigger base. This is the Headmaster, the emissary here. He could also be put here in this little thing. This is Cerebros, which I am going to remove. Trying my best to film it. It's difficult to get this all in one review. The blasters here are supposed to be up, it says in the instructions. See, these are like platforms for Autobots, I guess. And here is a little flap here. This could actually close. It's supposed to flip up. This is the best view overall. This is the back view. As you can tell, there's not too much going on here in terms of the city from the back view. And the side view over here. I really think this is meant just to have a front view. And even though the Headmaster is supposed to be here, Cerebros, you could take him out. I'm going to transform him. And I'd probably just close this up so it looks better that way in terms of city mode. The lower legs, you could open it up and store things in it. It's like storage, basically. It swings right open, but the instructions don't even tell you that. They don't even mention it. What's funny is the instructions really don't tell you about some of the extra parts. Like this, which is supposed to put on the leg side. It's never referenced again, what you could do with it or anything. It just sort of hangs there. It does not transform. And to me, it just looks like a tank, sort of, with blasters. But what you can do is get this piece, and you could put it on top here. And you get the little Headmaster here. And you could put him here. Sort of like a tank thing going on here. But the instructions never mentioned it. This Headmaster is really small. About 1 1/4 inches tall. And you just put the arms down here. And this is the head of Cerebros. And surprisingly, this has a little articulation. The head can turn side to side. You got the arms here, the hips, and that's it. But it got a little posability. This is Cerebros, the head of Fortress Maximus. Get this here and you put it on here. Cerebros. It's funny, this little transformer becomes the head of Cerebros, and then this becomes the head of Fortress Maximus. But if you press down, see it lights up. The same saying. This transformer is about 6¼ inches tall. The funny thing is, for a Headmaster, or a Titan Master as they're calling it, this really looks nice as its own robot. I think this one looks really well made. Let's check this out. It has the Autobot symbol, which was a sticker, the head, and it is articulated well, which we'll get to in a minute. The forearms detailed. This is the back, or actually like the face covered up of Fortress Maximus. It's blue, black, and gray. It's black here in the lower half. This is the part that has the 2 batteries. Got to put it in here. The 2 AAAs. The feet look pretty good. It stands easy. And for articulation, the head can turn side to side good. It's a nice design to it. Shoulders, up, down, in or out. Elbows, 1 point of articulation, and you can rotate it in or out. The hands have an open grip, but there's nothing to hold in terms of no weapons. There is no waist articulation, so nothing there. But the hips, up, down, in or out, good. You got some articulation here that you could rotate that. Got 1 point knee articulation. And the feet, they flip up for the transformation, but stands well. And so what they don't tell you is Cerebros, on its own merits, it's a really cool action figure. I mean, the design of this figure looks nice. This is Cerebros transformed. And this is where little Headmaster attaches here, which then connects to Fortress Maximus. But you could actually put this on Fortress Maximus without this little part if you wanted to. One thing the instructions didn't make clear was this little cannon thing, which was housed here. And if you put the human figure here, it looks better. You could put it on the shoulder. So that looks kind of cool. The head is not really secure though, unless you transform him. Attach it here as the neck connector piece. There we go, Fortress Maximus. And besides the instructions, Fortress Maximus has a power card here. And as you'd imagine, it's all off the charts. So overall, Rob, what do you think of Fortress Maximus? And simply put, an incredible action figure. I can't believe Hasbro made this and spent all the time and money and plastic to make this almost 24-inch figure, and the costs involved to make such a big character. And for this size, it is really well articulated. And I like how the presentation, they tried to make it like an ordinary Transformer, Autobot, or Decepticon, and in terms of overall design, where it looks like a regular figure. I guess the only little negative is you have Cerebros, which is a nice Transformer in its own right, but you can't have him separate. You know, it's like one piece, really. Because Cerebro is pretty cool on his own, but yeah, this is just a much better mode. And it's just a fantastic, amazing figure. Absolutely huge. Stands out in a display or your room. So it's well articulated, well designed. And I guess I'm surprised it didn't come with a weapon, because on the advertised box he has a huge gun, and he doesn't have that here. But that's all I gotta say, because the impression, fantastic, amazing figure. And it's one of those things that I'm gonna definitely keep on robot form. I'm not even gonna really use the other two forms for a display. I think Fortress Maximus is a worthy addition to any collection. And thanks for watching, and talk to you later.